Hello everyone, and welcome to How the Coach TV. I'm so excited to be here, and my name is Adlife Mwamba. As always, I'm the managing consultant of How the Coach. Um, and today, I just want to talk about something that is very, very important, which is interview preparation. Right. So you have applied. They have shortlisted you for an interview. How do you prepare for an interview? Because obviously you wouldn't want to just go to the interview and say, okay, here I am, ask me whatever they're going to ask, and I'm going to respond. It doesn't matter how many interviews you have done in the past. It could, this one, could be your first, or, could be probably your 10th and stuff, but you need to prepare for each interview differently because there are different sorts of things that each company wants, or, each company has got its own pain points, to say the least. So prepare for each interview differently. Right? The strategy could be the same, but in terms of the outputs, they're supposed to be different. As much as you customize your CV for a particular job, you should be able to do a preparation for an interview for each and every job that are going to be interviewed for. Right. So I want to talk about a 3 strategy interview preparation. A 3 key point in terms of how we're supposed to prepare for an interview. So this is going to be a series because obviously there are things that are supposed to do before the interview, during the interview, and after the interview. But today I just want to talk about things that you're supposed to do before the interview, right? So it's very critical and it's very fundamental. So number one, you need to research about the company. All right. So this I cannot overemphasize because I'm sure you've heard it somewhere. You've heard it like every time and again. But prepare for an interview by researching about the company. It's unfortunate that some companies there is not much out there to learn about. But just do your effort. If obviously there's information that is enough for you to understand what is the type of company that you're going to be working for, right? So if you research about the company, look at the news. It's unfortunate if you don't want to, if you're not a news person, but on this one, you need to look at the news. If there's any news about the company of what is happening, right? Look at the company mission, the vision from the website. Look at the Twitter pages, LinkedIn pages, Facebook pages, you can name it, Instagram pages, so that understand the company that you're going to be interviewed for by heart. All right. Because if you understand the company, you will know the company's pain points. And if you know the company's pain points, you know the value that they're going to add, right, in that company. So it's very critical because we hire you to solve our pain points. We don't hire you to tell you what to do, but we hire you so that, yes, we give you a guideline that this is what you're expecting, but you can do more and over and above, right? That's what can make you stand out from other candidates. Someone who can do more than what they're, what they're prescribed to do. And that's how you add value. So if you understand what the company does, the type of industry that the company is, all right, because obviously it could be a startup, and it has got different objectives and what they're looking for. Probably they want to scale. So probably this is a company that has been on the block for a long time, and they want to add probably new business units to improve, the company profits. All right. Probably, they want someone who is a turnaround strategist who is going to turn around whatever that is happening so that the company can start to become profitable again. So you should be able to understand the company and obviously what they're looking for. And if you do that, you have succeeded in answering a lot of questions pertaining that interview. Because that's where all the questions come from. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? And you now know that in 5 years, this company wants to be here and there, and now you're matching what the company is looking for and your skills and abilities and what you're looking for as well as a human being or as a professional going forward. So very, very important, very, very critical, and very, very key. All right. Secondly, you need to know your CV before the interview. know your CV, print out your CV, understand your CV, understand, you don't want the interviewers to ask, okay, I'm seeing here on your CV that you managed to make probably 10 million in sales by implementing guerrilla marketing strategy, right? How exactly did you do it? Then you're blank. You don't want that as a candidate, right? You want to be able to say, okay, I did it this way. Because we normally forget some of the jobs that we did 5 years ago, and we have just written achievements there in the CV. But when we are going to be asked, how did you do it in the interview? We are blank. But sometimes it's not because we didn't do them, but because we just forgot. So we don't want that to happen in the interview, because we will perceive you as you're lying to us. And if we do that, you're in trouble. You're really, really in big trouble. So, understand your CV, back and forth, know your CV. Very critical and very, very key, right? That's number 2. Number 3, know the job description inside out. Know what they're looking for in terms of qualifications, what they're looking for in terms of the general job spec, what they're looking for in terms of core competencies and skills. And if you do that before the interview, I think you would have done 90% of what is required from you as a human being or as a candidate. Very, very important. So if you look at the job description, when you're now studying the job description, take a pen and take a notebook with an iPad or whatever, where you can write notes to say, okay, this is what they're looking for, and these are my skills. These are my experience. Right? So if you do that, you can now match what they're looking for and what you have, and know what you don't have. So that even in the interview room, you can actually have a strategy on answering certain things that you don't have, because they might say, okay, we're looking for someone who has got, this, type of certification is an added advantage. You can now know how you can respond, because obviously in the interview room, you don't write on your weaknesses or what you don't have, but you write on what you have. So you can show that you are willing to learn. But if you don't study the job description, you don't know those areas that you're falling short. Right. So study the job description by heart and know inside out of the job description. Make your skills and experience. Right. If they ask you, why should we hire you? You now go to the job description. Okay, you want someone who's got an MBA. Yes, I've got an MBA. Why should we hire you? You're looking for someone who is supposed to implement a strategy to improve the company profits in whatever X in X years. Yes, I've done. Know the job description by heart. Know what the company does by heart. Know your CV by heart, right? If you know these 3 things, you are home and dry for any type of interview, right? So these are 3 things that you can do before the interview. Then lastly, obviously know where the company is located. You don't want to spend a lot of your time trying to locate where the company is. If you can call the company, it's fine, so that they can, give you exactly their locations. It's allowed. All right. So research about the company's location, know where they are. So at the end of the day, you even go to Uber and try to understand the distance that is, between where you're staying and the company, so that you can know the time. They're supposed to leave the house, up to the time that they're going to start your interview. So this is very critical and this is very key. In the next episode, we are going to talk about things that are supposed to do during the interview. Then, in the third and last episode, we're going to talk about things that you're supposed to do after the interview, right? So please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Click that notification button so that you're notified every time we post a video, so that you are able to, to have this type of videos that are informative and that are going to improve your chances of landing your next job. So thank you very much. And as always, God bless.